So here is the quick start guide to working with clients who present with chronic pain. So at this stage, I'm going to direct you to the relevant section in the masterclass course book. And what's important for you to know and to do is to be able to explain the healing potential of the body. Remember that hypnosis does not cure or heal pain. Instead, it inspires the body and mind to work with the subconscious to activate a healing response and optimum levels of relaxation and optimism for a successful outcome. So basically what this means is that both you and your client are collaborating and working together to convince the subconscious mind to lessen or reduce the feelings of discomfort, and also to lessen and reduce the anxiety and the interpretations, the beliefs, the associations, and the anchors and triggers around pain. When you are working hypnotically with a client, avoid the long progressive relaxation inductions, as pain clients don't want to be in their body. Remember, for them it's a place of discomfort. Remember to take a full medical history for pain and help your clients to understand the importance of altering the perception of pain. Pain isn't just the physical sensation of pain. It is loaded with the perceptions of pain. Again, the interpretations that our clients bring with them, what they've been told by medical professionals, what they've read or Googled online, their beliefs around the longevity and the severity of their pain, which can be through their own experiences or what they've been told by their doctors and medical professionals, such as you'll have to get used to it, or it's just something you have to live with for the rest of your life. And the associations that they have, these are the anchors and triggers when they move a certain way, when they're in a certain situation, when they eat specific foods, when they don't get a good night's sleep, etc., etc. These all feed in to the global explanation and experience they have of pain. So what is your goal as a hypnotherapist? Well, the goal of hypnotherapy is to help our clients have what's called a satisfactory adjustment. The aim of hypnotherapy should never be the removal of pain, and certainly it's not something that we're going to tell our clients that we're going to remove their pain, because that sets the bar so high, and anything that you achieve that falls below that will not be perceived as good enough, because you've built up the belief and expectancy that hypnosis removes pain. Now, sometimes it does. When all the strategies are put together, without a doubt, it can remove pain. However, we don't describe it or sell it like that. Instead, we aim to achieve and maintain what is described by Turk et al. As a satisfactory adjustment. That is keeping distress within manageable limits. You're well able to do that. You're already very well accomplished at reducing anxiety and discomfort, maintaining a sense of personal worth. For example, restoring relations with significant others, and increasing the likelihood of working out a personally valued and socially acceptable situation after maximum physical recovery has been obtained. So remember, your goal as a hypnotherapist is to help your clients to make a satisfactory adjustment. Now, very often when clients come to us and they present with pain, we don't really want to start by asking them all the questions in the medical questionnaire. Instead, we really want to act quick and fast and give them some relief and give them some power and some control over their sensations and experiences. So if you want to act quick and fast, ask the client to describe the pain by way of how they imagine it. What color is it? What texture do they imagine it to be? How does the pain feel? What does it look like? How does it differ from the surrounding comfortable areas. How do they experience pain? What triggers it? What makes it better? What makes it worse? Ask these questions and give your client the time and the space to really develop the answers and the understanding of how pain manifests itself inside their body. And here's a very effective 5-step approach that you can use at the start of therapy. So the first thing to do is to help them to gauge their pain on a pain thermometer. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much discomfort are they feeling? So gauge it. If it's a level 6, what would they like to bring it down to? What would they realistically like to bring it down to? And you're going to teach them how to do this for themselves. So anytime they experience discomfort, we also prefer to not really talk about pain, but instead speak about levels of discomfort and encourage them to start thinking that way also, because pain is such a loaded word. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much discomfort are you feeling right now? And what would you like to reduce that to? Being realistic, of course. Number 2 is really learning how to describe the experience in terms of visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. Visually, describe what it looks like, that uncomfortable area. What sounds are associated with it? What feelings are associated with it? You know, is it a sharp pain? Is it fuzzy? Does it feel serrated? Is it buzzing? Is it throbbing? Is it humming? Is it silent? Visually, is it red hot? Is it searing white? Now, you don't want to suggest these things, because if you're listening to me, you're probably feeling pain already. But you need them to give you this feedback. Auditory, what sound does it make? If that pain was to make a sound, what sound would it make? Once they are able to describe it in terms of what we call the submodalities, well, then we can look to help reverse these. The way that you'll help your client to reverse them is to breathe in alternatives. If the pain feels throbbing, what can they breathe in to remove that throbbing? What can they breathe in to create maybe gentle ripples or a calm surface? If they describe the pain as red hot, what would they prefer to breathe in? Maybe breathing in cool blue to surround the area. So go through it one by one, breathing in alternatives to the V and the A and the K. Take your time, there's no rush. Once that's done, check in with your client on the discomfort thermometer and encourage them to bring it down at least a couple of notches. Now, we also know that pain is more than physical sensations. When you've taken the case history, you'll have a deeper understanding of their interpretations, their beliefs, their associations, their triggers, and their anchors. We want to take the non-physical components of pain, whatever is left over after doing steps 1, 2, and 3. Invite our client to imagine that they're sitting in a movie theatre, sitting in the middle, staring at the screen, and to squish all of those beliefs, interpretations, associations, all those triggers, all those anchors associated with discomfort. Squish them down until they become a small black dot. And then, working with your client, do whatever it takes to eliminate this dot. So we could have the bright healing light of the sun come down, or the bright healing light of a star. Instead of it being a dot, it could be a cloud, and you could have a bolt of thunder and lightning strike it to dissolve it, whatever. But helping to dissolve those interpretations, those beliefs, those associations, anchors and triggers. Or, if you prefer, you could use the setting sun metaphor by Milton Erickson, which is also in your books. And to imagine that as the glowing, hot sun sinks beneath the ocean, that it's becoming so very cool and calm, so relaxed, just like their body. And so too are their beliefs, interpretations, etc. Those things also sinking. Now, you're probably not going to put all of them in at once, but you'll take one or two of the really strong ones, such as what their doctor said to them, maybe that, look, there's nothing we can do for you medically. You're just going to have to learn to live with it. The pain will be excruciating. The best we can do is give you this prescription. So a belief like that can be very strong. So we'd want to be helping them to allow that belief to dissolve into the ocean or something like that. These are just two strategies that I'm suggesting. There's a lot of others that you've already learned and are available to you in the 101 interventions that accompany this course. Then, of course, the last one is you want to encourage your client to create some kind of an anchor that will definitely be connected with their breath, so that from this moment on, whenever they begin to feel discomfort or find themselves in a situation that in the past triggered a pain response, that they're able to check in with their body, notice what level it's at, tell their body and their subconscious and that area that what they're going to do now will reduce it to a more realistic level. You're going to encourage them to make an anchor, whatever that may be, will be up to you and your client, and to breathe in those alternatives with the expectation of reducing the feelings of discomfort. So that would be your 5-step quick action guide to helping your clients who are experiencing pain and the anxiety associated with that discomfort. Just one of many strategies that you could use. Now, once you've this done, this leads in really well to Cacciola's conditioning technique, and this is in your book. Now, as you read through it, you'll find that there is a lovely sequence there, and you need to teach this to your client. You're teaching this to your client so that you can empower them. And with that sequence then, you want to help and encourage them to develop a library of self-help statements. So these are positive statements that they can use to answer back their negative thoughts. And you want to also then teach them how to manage anxiety. Now, there's quite a lot in this. Cacciola's conditioning technique. Teach them the sequence. Show them how to create self-help statements that they can use and how to manage their own anxiety around pain. Repetition is key. You could go over this 5-10 different sessions with a client and still be getting great value out of it, because there's so much that you'll get from taking the medical history and in this technique. So repetition. It's really important for you to remember that the first few sessions can be extremely difficult for your clients. So you want to help your client gain some mastery before moving into deeper interventions. So what I've done with you here today is enough for the first 3 sessions at least. Help your client gain some mastery, and then and only then can you use some of the other cognitive strategies that are outlined in your book And after that, then parts therapy and regression therapy can be extremely useful. Remember to go slow. One thing done well is far more effective than doing too much. This is Susan Wallace saying goodbye for now, and chat soon.